What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Verdependent podcast, where we depend on the Verde and Black for our everyday vibes. This episode, we preview Austin's Open Cup final versus Nashville. That's the whole agenda. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm Logan Bartlett.
What's up, everyone? This is Paul Fletes.
And let's just get to it, man. To kick it off, let's start with the vibes, as always. It's the first Cup final in club history, and we are playing host. What does it mean to you as a fan, an Austinite, a lifelong baller, and all the things that you describe yourself as?
I mean, anyone that ever plays footy for more than, a year in their life, at some point dreams of their hometown hosting, their country's oldest knockout club competition, cup competition. And so we have the opportunity to do that in the year of our Lord 2025 on the 1st of October. And brother, the vibes are immaculate, dude. I mean, say what you want about our league form. I would say like the past result against RSL, we've got them exactly where we want them. They won their game 3-1. We lost ours 3-1. And we're just setting up for a massive cup set, if you will. If Nashville's the favorite, then, I love coming in as an underdog.
No, I feel that same way, bro. We're on the ropes. Just like, all right, get in here, dog. Come into my
that's right,
chamber,
man.
bro. Let's lock in.
That's
we're at
it.
Q2 Stadium. It's gonna be awesome, bro. I can't. We didn't talk much about it last week, right? We had a lot of things to talk about, and we knew this was gonna happen. We had to talk about RSL. We don't even need to mention that. Who cares?
Right.
It's
at
Cup
this point
week.
0.
So we wanted to make sure we had a moment here just to talk through like how special of a moment this is, because truly it is, right? We're in year 5.
Yeah.
This Open Cup is notable because either team, whoever wins, it's a first time winner, right? 2 of the newest clubs in the league, in the country, right? If you want to think historically for the Open Cup,
Sure.
over 100 years of history. And, we have teams that just started in this league in the last decade, in the last 6-7 years, or however long Nashville's been around. But for us, 5 years, right? And I think, barring the frustration and the down years we've had, this is only our 5th year as a club, and we're hosting a cup final, right? When you look at the history of somewhere like the Premier League, and some of the oldest leagues in the world, that's notable, right? There's clubs now that have been around for decades and generations that are just now getting to their first final, or have never been to one, right? And here we are.
Facts.
Right? So it means something. It means everything. This is the biggest moment in our club's history, and it will be one of the biggest moments until we do something as extraordinary, So it's crazy, bro.
Bro, you said it so eloquently. It really is. It's the first thing, and I think just for context here, like I've been to an Open Cup final before, in a different city in Houston, and I will say the atmosphere there was like it's not going to compare at all to what it's going to be on Wednesday, dude. I mean, when you have the club talking about a night before match day 1 party.
Yep.
Right outside the stadium, and you got Murga that's going to be there. You've got a tifo painting opportunity to finish up with.
Yeah.
I mean, the community's going to be there the night before the big cup, and it's going to be insane, dude. And so I think it's really cool that we have this opportunity. I'm probably going to cry, whenever we raise that tifo and we get kicked off, but
I'll be right there with you.
I hope that, man. I hope we get to lift that thing at the end for sure.
Yeah, it's cool. You made a good point of like calling out the community support around it, right? There was the open invitation to Murga rehearsals, right, in advance of the Open Cup for anyone to join, to learn the chants, to get comfortable with the chants ahead of the game, which I think is a good opportunity or good chance, a good kind of olive branch to the rest of the stadium of like, hey, we're always going to hold it down in the south end, and y'all are doing your thing, but what if we kind of try to be together this time, right?
For sure.
Start learning some of the other ones, and in volunteering to kind of lead in your section.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Obviously, the club and the community and the supporters groups are doing great work to build events around this. There's the pregame party with $4 beers and DJ sets and all sorts of activities outside of the stadium. And this time tickets are $69 right now, bro. Like, that's crazy.
That's not bad.
No,
Yeah.
it's one, it's affordable for a cup final, but two, like compared
Correct.
to games past, just in general, the last couple of years, you've seen week of tickets, you can get something for like $40, $30. Day of, you can get a ticket for $26 to any game. And so, that there's demand, and there's only so many seats in that stadium. And, man, I just know that South End, the supporter section, is going to be over capacity.
It's gonna be a different level, man. It's gonna be different stuff. And you've seen the national team, men's and women's fill it up. You've seen different Mexican teams fill it up. But this is our club again, like competing for this hardware. And I got to ask you this, Lobar, because I'm thinking back to just a few months ago when Austin had arguably its other pivotal moment as a host city for the MLS All-Star Game. Where do you think this falls in comparison in terms of importance there? I mean, this has got to be more important, right?
Yeah, it's without a doubt more important. But I think you bring up a good point asking that question, because while the All-Star weekend is just a spectacle, or the All-Star week is a spectacle, right? It's kind of the league getting the Flexix muscles and bring in stars and get ISO speed out there and whatever else, all the pompousness around it. It's still important, for Austin being a young soccer city, in terms of its presence in professional soccer, being afforded that opportunity and earning that opportunity, right, through its environment and what the supporters groups have done, what the club has done, and how the community has rallied around the city and this team. But objectively, from a competitive soccer standpoint, and just like what it actually means for the team, for the city as a professional sports city, like we're hosting a club final in Austin, Texas for professional sport. And that's for a club that boasts the city's name on its chest, like growing up in Austin, it's one thing to have the Texas Longhorns that represents the state, UT system. That's a whole different level. But to have it so like locally focused, and Austin is on the badge, right? Like, this is the city's team, and we finally have a team, and they're hosting a cup final. I'm just saying basic details at this point, but it's just like crazy to think about that, right? That I just think about me as a kid, right? You look back and you're like, oh, I play soccer now, and I've always played sports throughout my life, competitively or recreationally. And you always have that moment as an adult with the job. You're like, man, if I had started playing soccer at 5, I'd be in a different place. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
But I can just imagine now what it's like for these kids who are playing in club teams, playing in recreational teams, playing competitive soccer.
Playing in the academy level, dude.
Academy level, right. And having Austin FC in the city hosting a monumental game, even if they don't understand what Open Cup is and the historical relevance of it, like, you see the words cup final and you think, oh shit, like my city is doing this, right? Like, there's a path for me to get there, in Austin, Texas, playing soccer. And so that's just cool, just kind of taking myself out of myself and thinking more broadly of like me as a kid and like my little brother and other kids that I know play soccer, just having this in their backyard. Like, it's just a cool reality we're in now as a soccer city, as a professional sports city. So enough on that I talk too much. Anything
Bro,
else?
you're a podcast host.
Yeah, I know. Fair enough.
You're doing a great job.
Doing what I'm supposed to do. Anything else to add?
No, man. I think we have waxed plenty on our thoughts about this. I think we can talk more about just kind of like the path that the club took to get there.
Let's do that.
And kind of sharing some moments of how we got here.
Yeah, let's talk the journey, and then we'll Wayne to end it off. Full circle.
Let's get it.
So we've played 4 games in the Open Cup, right? Which is twice as many as we've ever played collectively in our history, or almost.
Right.
And we've won 4 games, which is more, 4 times as many as we've ever done in club history. So let's start with the round of 32. We hosted El Paso, right? And I'm not going to go into too much detail because I want to let us kind of bounce back and forth on these moments and these memories.
Broad strokes, yeah.
But broad strokes, right? Round of 32, we host El Paso. What effectively ended up being the worst 45 minutes of my life, down 2-0 to a USL team, staring the San Antonio FC result in the face, just kind of like down bad in the stands at halftime. To then, one of the best 45 minutes of my life, 3 goals in 8 minutes to win the game. We got past the USL team this time. Yay, we did it. Look, moving on to the round of 16, we host Houston, in-state rival, dominate them. We get, 3-1 win. Never doubted it. Nice and easy. Probably the easiest win we've had in this tournament, or definitely the easiest win we've had in this tournament.
For sure, yeah.
Moving to the quarterfinal, our first away game, right? It's a big test for us. We're at San Jose, our chaotic rival that we always seem to have crazy matches against. Penalty kicks, and more penalty kicks, right? We scored 2 goals, one in regulation, one in extra time, both PKs earned. And then we win it all in post extra time penalties, right? Something that we've become pretty good at as a club historically. And then, of course, just a couple weeks ago, at Minnesota, the biggest test, probably one of the biggest tests in our club history, right? We have the away game for the conference semifinals at LAFC. And then we had this one, right? This is for all the marbles to get to the final on the road against a streaking team who's performing very well. The story was, of course, super sub CJ Fadre, the team kind of scraping tooth and nail to get to that extra time and make sure that we win it all. So, broad strokes there. Which moment stands out most for you in this run?
I mean, oh God, dude, that's such a limiting question. I would definitely say, I feel like the San Jose, you're up past midnight and you're watching Owen Wolf line up to take that kick against Daniel, San Jose's keeper. And and then he just slots it nice and cool. And in a game that would ultimately mean so much to us, just in different forms, when you've got, Brandon Vasquez's injury that would end his season.
Yeah.
You've got Mirto, kind of stepping up when he needed to at that time to take that second PK.
Yep.
And then Owen kind of really starting what would be his ascent, into really kind of taking the mantle for us offensively. That was just, I think, that moment for us in, the 2025 Open Cup, that I was like, oh, this, okay. My preheated take back in the spring is going to be legit now. Like, this will be the furthest run that we've ever gone, and we might just take the whole thing. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah. What about you, man? What are you feeling?
I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about all these games, go back and forth here, but I want to start with that first match at El Paso, right? We're down 2-0 at halftime. This was going into the second week of May, and this was Brandon Vasquez coming out party for Austin, right?
Yeah.
It's where he, we're sitting in the stands kind of, booing the team almost as they're walking off the field down to El Paso Locomotive, the USL team, the last Texas professional team that we had yet to play. And they're whooping our ass in the first 45. And in hindsight, I think we're thinking, who's going to turn this around for us? Who's going to stoke that fire and take the team and throw them on their back and win this for us? And it was Brandon Vasquez, right? Our big $10 million man, big money signing, had been underperforming at that point, as had the whole team offensively.
Yeah.
And it was his coming out party. And you look at the flow of the season, that win really kicked off this streak that we've been on through the summer. We had a few games through May, but we lost one, we tied a couple, we won a couple, and then we get into that June 7th date that's been referenced so many times over the last month or two, that win against Colorado. And since then, we've been one of the hottest teams in the league, right?
For sure.
So I think that form, Brandon Vasquez coming to form, the team getting that big win, I think without that win versus El Paso, it's a different season. I mean, obviously from the Open Cup standpoint, of course.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Generally, I think that was a big momentum builder for us.
And I think just to add some statistical, backing for that track, I think I had it listed here that in that game against El Paso, Brandon Vasquez had the fastest 3 consecutive goal contributions by a single player in club history. So all 3 of those goals,
Yep.
Brandon was a part of, and from the first one to the third one, it was 6 minutes and 39 seconds. And so, granted, you take the fact that it was like a USL side, but it was a USL side that managed to get 2 past us in the first half, right?
Right.
And so, yeah, I think that was just really cool to see because, I mean, for any player to contribute, 3 goals in under 7 minutes it's awesome. That was also Mirto's first home goal, if I'm not mistaken. And so,
yeah, I believe you're right. Yep.
That's a big game. That I would agree.
It is.
And hell yeah.
And looking at I think that Minnesota game really sums up like how we got here, right? The ensemble really led us to this point, right? You get contributions from your big names. You get Mirto, you get BV9, you get Buka, right? They're contributing. That's great. But you get Diego Rubio, you get Owen Wolf clinching the PK, the penalty shootout at San Jose. You get Stuver standing on his head time and time again at Minnesota versus or at San Jose in the penalty shootout, right? You get CJ Fadre, of course, with the game winner in the 120th minute in Minnesota. Looking ahead to this Nashville game, in my opinion, I think the Stars must shine bright. Like, that's the way we win this game. The ensemble got us here. Hell yeah. Pat on the back, boys. You did your thing. I need Mirko and I need Buka. I need Owen Wolf. I need Brad Stuver. I need those guys to have the game of their lives. And I think they know that too. For all the flack that we've given Mirto, that Mirto's got, bro, that dude's resilience is something to applaud, right? Because he comes in game after game, runs his ass off. You can see the passion. We may talk shit when he flails, when he doesn't get the pass across the box on the breakaway.
Sure.
Right. But when he gets that goal and he goes into the net and he fucking screams and grabs it and punches the camera, and like bangs the crest on his chest. And like, you can see that fire in him that really, I think has to come out in this game. I think he needs to dominate that back line and let them know that he's the DP on the field.
For sure. And I think something to really kind of motivate him is that this is uncharted waters for Austin FC as a club. And so for him going back to that statement he made, talking about those records that he wants to break, I mean, what an opportunity to just absolutely take this final by the scruff.
Yeah.
And, most shots on target, most goals scored for Austin. I mean, brother, go off.
Yep.
Because you're about to set some records tomorrow. So,
well, truly, I mean, he's been the proverbial leader, of course, with Stuver, of course, with Danny, of course, with Owen, the guys, Galley, all the dudes that have been here since year one. Like, they deserve all the flowers and more. But, once BV9 went down, especially, Mirto's the guy, right? Like, he's 1A, Buka's 1B in terms of status, stature, roster spot, salary, etc. And so I know, even though he's not wearing the captain's band, that a guy like Mirto is taking that responsibility in stride and owning it. And so I think this is just a big moment for him to prove that, because he has effectively carried us to records, right? It's our first cup final ever. Dreves, he never did that. None of the other DPs ever did that, for all the great things that they did for this club in 2022 and on the stat sheet. Mirto, maybe he's underperforming on goals and assists and goal contributions, but regardless, him as one of our leaders took us to this cup final. Again, all the flowers to Stuver and those guys, but this is a big chance for him to say, like, hey, look, the goals will come, but we got to this final and we took it home. We kept it home. So, what else do you see for this match that needs to be for us to win it all?
I mean, I'm looking at the head-to-head, and it doesn't look pretty for Austin. And so I think if Nico can somehow materialize for these players this this narrative, that like, hey, on paper, Nashville's got us beat. You look at Nashville's, Hani Mukhtar. You
Mm-hmm.
look at Sam Surridge. It's like those two right there are weapons that are not to be messed with.
Yep.
We have to make sure that we neutralize them. Um, but we have it in ourselves to like kind of play that party pooper in our own home, if that makes sense. Because like Nashville, I think is the one that might have a little bit more of that favorite label on them,
Mm-hmm.
but we've been showing that like whether it's on a 5-back or we're playing our traditional 4-4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, it's like we're gonna hit hard and fast, and if we can do that, and just bend and not break, then we're lifting that thing, dude.
Yeah.
We just are.
Well, we have home field advantage, and we have to take that advantage, right?
100%.
I mean, it's easier said than done to neutralize Hani and Surge, right? They're both, if they haven't already, excuse me, they haven't already crested 30 goal contribution each. They're about to get there. I think Hani has like maybe 28 or 29 with goals and assists. Surge is third
Sure.
in the Golden Boot, right? So they're doing their thing to carry this
Yeah.
offense. So again, easier said than done to say, yeah, just shut them down and we win the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to throw a little analogy here, and it's maybe been a while since I've thrown one of these. But looking at like the Spurs, Lakers, early 2000s, right? You have
Mm-hmm.
Kobe, you have Shaq.
Yep.
By no means am I comparing Sam Surridge and Hani Mukhtar to the levels that Kobe and Shaq were. But the Spurs game plan was like, all right, well, 1v1 them, let them do their thing. They're going to get their 30. If they combine for 68 and the other guys combine for 13 because we shut them down, we win that game
Right.
mathematically, right? And so it's an interesting conundrum that Nico has here, because like you can shut those two dudes down and let the other 9 beat you, or let the other 8 guys on the field beat you,
Mm-hmm.
and you know it doesn't seem like they have, right? When you look at goal contributions, when you look at goals for, and you look at games won, it's Surge and Hani coming out to lead that team time and time again, right?
For
So,
sure.
but to that point, they still have Zimmerman. They still have a solid defense. They're top 10 on both sides of the field in terms of
Yeah.
goals for, or the offensive output, and defensive, resilience. So they're a good team. We may be at the same spot in the standings in our conferences, but they have 9 more points than we do, and they're 6th place. So
Right.
it's a product of a good Eastern Conference this year. So
Mm-hmm.
again, easier said than done, but it's going to be. I'm curious to see what Nico does with it, right? Because we've seen that 5-back consistently now for the last couple weeks. It's worked sometimes, it hasn't other times, but it's gotten results more often than not in recent games. So
For sure.
I don't know. What do you think we do there? Do you think we resort back to what's worked from the middle chunk of the season with the 4-2-3-1, or we stick with 3 center backs?
I think we go for whatever best method of counterattacking football that neutralizes Nashville's formation. So whether they line up, I'd have to check and see where they last lined up against Houston this past weekend. But like if we matched up Minnesota basically formation for formation and came out with the win on there, then I feel like that's probably the recipe for success that we use against Nashville. But I would like for us to not resort to a 3-back at home. I'd like for us to maybe, play a little bit more forward at home. I mean, you've got the entire stadium behind you. It would be kind of a waste to sit there and kind of bunker, but I get it also.
Yeah.
The minute I see 3 center backs on that lineup drop an hour before, if I see 3 center backs, I got to temper my expectations and just understand.
Yep.
Nico knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
So
I think Nico's earned that trust so far this season to adapt and make the best out of it. But just in my heart of hearts, bro, I want to see that 4-back. I want to see the 3 midfielders. I don't know who. I mean, give Ilya the start, bro. Like he's the only one with this experience on our club, right?
Yeah.
Like a Ilya, Danny, even Owen Wolf, if we want to put him back in the midfield, or even Rubio, right? Is that Cam, the attacking midfielder? Like, I feel good with a Rubio and Ilie in the starting lineup.
Because I like an Owen over Diego.
I would too. I say that because Owen will probably end up on the left wing again, right? He'll probably end up in the front three still with Mirto and Bukhari. So, but if we throw Owen in the midfield and start Robert Taylor or Galley up front, cool. That's cool too.
Right. But for sure.
I want some veteran experience in this one. Guys who've won things.
I do.
Which means Ilie. So, do we want to do predictions? I put it in here, but I don't want to push that narrative. Like, if we don't want to take those shots, I'm cool with it. I'll let you decide.
Bro, I mean, we've got to, man. It's day before. We're feeling right. I mean, are you predicting a loss? Because if you're predicting a loss, shut up. But
no, but I've predicted a lot of wins recently, and none of them have come true. So I'm a little nervous there for the two, you know.
Well, damn, son. Let's compromise and say we're in for a fun watch. And you know,
compete their ass off and make it a good game.
Exactly. But fuck it, dude. I've got 2-0 Austin.
Word.
Stuver does his thing. Buka and Mirto.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm feeling one more Rocky moment.
2-1.
2-1 win. We're down 1-0 at halftime. The team resolves. Hell, we might even get 30 minutes extra time, 1-1 draw after 90, and we win it again in extra time. Like, I see a storybook ending if we win this. It's a storybook way.
For sure.
Sheer domination, which I'm happy for. I'm happy for that too.
Oh, 100%.
Absolute domination. 100%. We play our game. We have possession. We neutralize any counter that they might do. You know, Hani and Surridge get next to nothing, and we win it that way. Bro.
Yeah.
I'll be happier than I've ever been.
I mean, here's how I temper this in my mind. Go back to 2018 in Houston. They are hosting Philadelphia Union, and within the first 4 minutes, Houston scores. All 700 fans go crazy, right? And then a little bit after that, in 25 minutes, Manota scores again, and it's just like, what? You know, they were like middle bottom of the Western Conference at that point. No one was expecting much.
Yeah.
And somehow they end up beating Philly 3-0, you know, with 2 goals before half. And then Philly scores an own goal middle of the second half. So it's like this could follow that kind of storyline where it's like Austin just punched first, like fast, hard, and then we don't hear anything from Nashville. God, I hope that's the case.
I like that. Well, I like it too because, like, you know, standings wise, we're both in the same spot, right? If you do a quick, like, open the books real quick, look in, and then close it, we're equal. You know, there's no underdog on paper. You know, but then you look into the numbers, you look into the standings, the points, the supporter shield, right? I think it would be smart for Nico to be like, we are the underdog and we have nothing to lose. Right?
Yeah.
We're playing without money. We have home field advantage. We'll have 21,000 behind us, rowdier than they've ever been. Play your game, have fun, lock in, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think I'm hoping that that's the message, and he's not psyching out these dudes, and he's just like, hey, we weren't supposed to be here. We weren't supposed to be here, right? And we proved time and time again that we should be, you know?
Yeah.
And so just do what we've been doing. You know, we're built for this. This team is built for this. We have the culture. We have the mindset. I'm fucking excited, dude. I'm getting butterflies and chills.
I'm seeing I'm seeing visions of being in the South End, the Murga, just absolutely full volume. My shirt's already off. We haven't even kicked off.
Yeah.
I'm
not wearing a shirt in. I'm just walking.
Right. Like that tifo raises, it comes down, and everything is a blur for 90 plus, dude. And
it's blackout.
Oh my God, dude. When we win that, I can't promise you that I won't have another tattoo you know, by the next recording if we win that, you know. It's just
bro. Make sure you send me the Addy and the time. I'll be there.
There you go, bro.
I don't know what we're getting, but we're getting it.
We're getting the Lamar Hunt fucking Open Cup trophy, dude, on our calves.
That's crazy.
2025 under there.
Yeah.
ATX, baby.
I love it.
That's what we're doing.
Do we get a star if we win it? We don't get a star, do we? That's only
we don't get a star for we don't get a star for the Open Cup, but
we should get something.
We'll get a CCC berth, brother.
Yeah,
but
we get a lot of things. Yeah, we didn't even talk about what happens if we get it, if we win.
No, we've talked about it.
We mentioned it a couple weeks ago. You get a little bit of money and you get a CCC berth.
Yeah,
and I really want to.
And this one will be different, bro.
Yeah. I want another go at that. We deserve it. Fans do. So
100%, 100%.
Okay,
but
we're going to do another one of these on Thursday. We're going to record again afterwards. So hopefully it's just 40 minutes of us screaming about how happy we are.
Right.
We'll live stream from the tattoo parlor. Like, I don't know.
We might just do that. We might just do a whole recording with our tattoo guy.
Exactly.
I'm not playing.
I know you aren't, and I'm down. So we're going to do this again on Thursday. So we're going to cut it here. Just know that the vibes are pristine. The vibes are as high as they've ever been. The Verdependent is locked in. I will have no voice on Thursday. I'll have no voice by halftime. Like, that's a guarantee. So
hell yeah, brother.
We appreciate y'all kicking with
hands
us.
just raw. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, please keep
hands just raw from the clapping and just get ready. Okay, exactly. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
We appreciate y'all kicking it with us on this episode of the Verdependent podcast. I'm Logan Bartlett. You can find me at LobarVHLM.
I'm Paul Fletes. You can find me at Paul Andrew FC.
Government name.
That's a government name.
Good name. Keep chatter going online by following at the Verdependent on socials. Like and subscribe. Blah blah blah. We'll see you in a few days when Austin FC is the 2025 U.S. Open Cup champion. So,
say it louder, bro.
I'll scream it on Thursday.
There you go.
All horse.
Hell yeah.
All right.
See y'all soon, friends.
Bye. See you at Q2.
Bye.
Oh, why are you screaming at me?
Oh my God.